advice would you give, let's say, middle-level managers who want to become CXO? What do they need to do? Because it's a pyramid, right? So they're all working hard, and then suddenly it comes at every stage, you sort of keep getting thinner and thinner. So what helps them break that middle level and get into the next level?
I would say, in my opinion and in my view, is that in the first stage of life, when you start working, a big factor for you to succeed is your drive. I see a lot of young people, they start to drop out if they don't have that drive, because when you start work, you have to learn to, in that early learning phase, you need to have that drive to sustain yourself. And if you want to get into the middle management position, the CXO positions or whatever is C-suite executive is at the top of it, and then you want to be a CEO. So the second very critical sort of thing I see is influence. I clearly see that people who have drive, they move very fast in the organization at the early stage. These are the guys who are achieving their sales target, designing the brand campaign, making sure that things are working. But as you come in the middle, influence, because you need support of other department beyond your department. You need to work with partners in a lot of sales organizations. You need to work with people outside of the organization, vendors, depending on which function you are. And your influencing skills comes to the fore, where people are not in your direct line of reporting. And there are some people who are brilliant, who have a lot of drive, but their inability to influence others, and including your teammate, because as you start to get in the middle, you are mostly leading a sort of accomplished people who are already there, maybe a couple of years behind you, or maybe your age group. So then the influencing skills become very important, because you just can't command them. And those managers who sort of are not able to adapt or add the influencing skills to their drive fail. And then at the end, at the top, I would say is the judgment, because you have to take a lot of decisions, betting on people, betting on business model as you become sort of the CEO and some of the very top positions, and even the CXO in some of very large organizations. So how good your judgment is, which is a combination of your experiences in the past and what kind of diverse opinions you can gather from various people, and what good decisions you can take, depends on how successful you are in that role at the top. And some of this sort of, there's a book I read, very nice book called The CEO Factory, which is sort of covering about many of the CEOs which Unilever in this Hindustan Unilever keeps producing across many in the industry, and what are some of the traits which have been sort of observed. But this is, I sort of reflect back and look at it, and this is sort of from my experience with various people who worked with me over the years.